those changes may come possibly more opportunities for us to do more public outreach, which is another thing that I hope to do more of.
More advocacy and more, we want to do more panels and things like that. Really make a difference.
Not that we don't already make a difference, but we want to make a bigger difference.
Yeah, I agree. One of my dreams, not that anybody asked, but one of my dreams was to always have a program for kids. So I am definitely feel like I accomplished one of my dreams, and I want to keep continuing it. Emily, my little sweetheart, what about you?
Well, I want to at least finish college at some point. I'm on a break right now. I only take a couple classes, 1 or 2 at a time. So I'm not, any program, but I can get my certificate hopefully in 2010, and maybe at least I would like an associate's at least. That would be nice.
And that would be in graphic design?
Yes.
Yep.
And I hope to maybe drive someday. But not too much because it's hard for me to see. So but enough to get around.
Mm-hmm.
It would also another dream is to live in a place where it's easy commute, where you can practically just walk around to the places you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Not that everything is kind of like a small city. Just about that. That's a dream of mine.
Sort of like a West Hartford kind of deal, where everything's right there and you can just walk there and it's all happening.
Somewhere with good public transportation, maybe.
Yes.
Cool.
And you had some other dreams about what kind of work would you like to do?
Well, I would like to do more freelancing type of work rather than be in a cubicle working for a large company, because that would just add a lot of stress to me, and I have a lot of anxiety as it is. So, but I mean, I don't see myself doing big time things with my graphic arts thing, but I would like to do smaller projects for people.
Mm-hmm. And you are very creative, very creative.
Yeah.
And maybe on one of our shows we'll show some of these guys have incredible artworks and talents. Any other dreams? Marriage isn't one that you were looking for, right?
No, I already have a boyfriend I live with, and I'm happy with him. So it's it's like we're already married.
Yep. So that's good.
Mhm.
Yep. Any other dreams or something that you'd like to add?
Not that I know of.
But you just want to be as independent as you can be.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And you've come a long way on that.
Yeah.
Really.
I want to help more with advocacy for Focus.
Yep. Thank you. Because you are a big advocate for Focus. And as you can see, the spectrum affects more boys than girls. So it's definitely good for you to go out there and help other girls understand what it's like to be on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. And next we have Dan, and this is his first time with us.
Yay.
Yay. And he's a Plainville resident.
Yep.
And are you a little nervous about being here today?
A little bit.
Yeah, but you can handle it.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Dan just became an intern at Focus because he just turned 16, and he was a counselor in training before that. So, but he has a lot going on in his life. What are some of your dreams and hopes for the future?
I hope to get into a college when I'm 19 or so. I don't plan on starting straight away.
Yeah.
I think the stress of going straight to a busy college would be a bit stressful for me. So I think I'm just going to take individual courses maybe first.
That's one thing that you do know yourself very well, and I have to say the same for Emily, and you know the pace that you can go at and what you can tolerate. What other dreams do you have?
I'm hoping to become a staff here and work here through college, and possibly long term. So,
think you have a good chance at that?
Well, I made a TV thing, so then enough.
Yeah, I think you have a good chance of it because
Hopefully.
you are a very loyal and hardworking guy, and you take you take everything very seriously.
Sometimes.
Well, you're a fun guy too, but you have lots of goals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Any other things for the future? You're not even thinking about girlfriends or marriage or anything like that.
Nope, not yet. I'm free for now.
You're free for now. Gonna stay that way.
For a little bit.
One of the things I wanted to ask is what things get in the way, might get in the way of you guys getting to your dreams? Lucas, you want to answer first? What obstacles do you see? And Alex, I want you to think about that, okay?
Well, go ahead.
I want you to answer first.
As far as obstacles are concerned, they really depend on the dream. There are certain things that can get in the way of certain dreams. For me, well, things that can get in the way of my keeping my job, there are numerous things. But really, things that could get in the way of that, really probably just us not getting grants, timetables not moving along as smoothly as we have our fingers crossed for. That really is probably the least of my concerns, though, because I have a good job and I have good people who care about me, so I'm not worried about accomplishing those dreams. As far as other dreams, probably the biggest one, again, not being alone all the time, that's huge, and I think the biggest impediment to that is really being able to find people that are on the same level and that have the level of empathy and understanding necessary to be able to fulfill that role for me. And it's been difficult to find individuals of that caliber. So I think that's probably a huge obstacle for me in that regard. And
You're talking girlfriend, basically.
I suppose girlfriend, yeah, companion, partner, whatever word you choose to use, yes.
Because you have friends.
Yeah, I have a few friends, and a few friends is enough for me. More than that gets overwhelming. I'm a quality over quantity person.
Yep.
But yes, that's probably the biggest impediment to the biggest dream that I have.
Andy, do you think you could answer that question?
Yeah, I would say the social anxiety that I portray sort of gets in the way of a lot of things. I almost like a lot of times would rather not do things because I know that it could lead to anxiety. So one thing that I continue to work on is doing things that I wouldn't normally do, taking a little bit of a risk so that hopefully it'll work out. And if I continue to do that, I'll probably be able to accomplish at least some of my goals. Almost all my goals, I would say. Yeah.
You have become more of a risk taker.
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. And,
Right.
and a lot of times people don't really know how socially anxious you are because
Yeah.
you seem so calm and
Yeah.
smiley,
Right.
right? But you do have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, when I was younger, Donna was saying on the other panels that I knew all the bus routes, and it carried over to other things too. But it's the obsessive compulsive disorder that I have too. So.
Yeah. Which can come in handy sometimes,
Yeah.
and sometimes can really get in the way.
Right.
Emily, you think you have an answer for this? What would you say?
Well, kind of what Andy said, partly with anxiety and also fear, but also fear of change. I know Andy has that too, and
Right.
and so do I. It's just we're used to things being a certain way, and and moving on with our lives to make these big steps forward. It's just mind-boggling, and it's not just anxiety and being afraid. It's two different things.
Yep. I have a funny story about you, and that is when they were going to change the McDonald's in Unionville, which was your childhood McDonald's. Now Emily does not like change, but she was so upset about them redoing this McDonald's that she actually thought about moving out of state.
They tore it down, and I had my 6th birthday party there, so that was kind of it. They also tore down my best friend from elementary school's house. and whenever I go by those places, it's just like